Have you ever wondered how people make choices? Every day, we face countless decisions, big and small. From deciding what to eat for breakfast to choosing a career path, we constantly weigh our options and try to make the best choices possible. Economics, the study of how people make decisions in the face of scarcity, offers a fascinating perspective on this fundamental aspect of human behavior. At the heart of economics lies the concept of utility maximization. Simply put, utility maximization is the idea that people strive to achieve the highest level of satisfaction or happiness from their choices, given their limited resources. This concept rests on the assumption that individuals are rational actors, meaning they make decisions that they believe will bring them the most benefit or utility. The pursuit of maximum utility is a driving force in our lives. It shapes our consumption patterns, our work choices, and even our social interactions. By understanding the principles of utility maximization, we can gain valuable insights into the motivations behind human behavior and the forces that shape economic activity. Imagine biting into a delicious slice of chocolate cake. The taste, the texture, the sheer indulgence of it all. It brings you a sense of pleasure, a feeling of satisfaction. This feeling, my friends, is what economists call utility. In essence, utility is the satisfaction, happiness, or benefit that a person derives from consuming a good or service. Utility is subjective and personal. What brings immense joy to one person might be utterly uninteresting to another. For example, a devoted fan might experience great utility from attending a concert of their favorite band, while someone with little interest in music might find it utterly unappealing. Economists measure utility in units called utils, though these units are abstract and not directly quantifiable. What matters most is the relative utility that individuals derive from different goods or services. Understanding these preferences is key to understanding how people make choices in the marketplace. As much as we'd all love to have it all, the reality is that we live in a world of limited resources. Our income, our time, our energy, all these resources are finite. This is where the concept of the budget constraint comes into play. The budget constraint represents the limit on an individual's consumption choices. It reflects the reality that we can't simply consume everything we desire. We have to operate within the boundaries of our income and make choices that fit within our budget. Think of it like this. Imagine you have $10 to spend and you're deciding between buying slices of pizza at $2 each and cans of soda at $1 each. Your budget constraint dictates how many slices of pizza and cans of soda you can afford. You could buy 5 cans of soda and no pizza, 2 slices of pizza and 6 cans of soda, or any other combination that falls within your $10 limit. Now let's delve a bit deeper into how people make decisions to maximize their utility. 2 key concepts are crucial here: total utility and marginal utility. Total utility is the overall satisfaction a person derives from consuming a certain amount of a good or service. It's the sum of all the utility gained from each unit consumed. Marginal utility, on the other hand, is the additional satisfaction a person derives from consuming one more unit of a good or service. It's the change in total utility that results from that extra unit. For example, if you eat 1 cookie and gain 10 utils of satisfaction, and then eat a second cookie and gain an additional 5 utils, the marginal utility of the second cookie is 5 utils. A key principle in economics is the law of diminishing marginal utility. This law states that as a person consumes more and more of a good, the additional satisfaction they derive from each additional unit will eventually decrease. Now let's dive into the fascinating world of utility maximization. Imagine, if you will, a landscape where every choice you make is a step towards greater satisfaction. In this landscape, your preferences shape the terrain, creating peaks of pleasure and valleys of compromise. As you navigate this terrain, your goal is to reach the highest peak possible given your resources. This peak represents your optimal level of satisfaction, where the combination of goods and services you consume brings you the greatest joy. To find this peak, we use the concept of indifference curves, which illustrate combinations of goods that provide you with the same level of satisfaction. These curves help us understand how you can trade one good for another while maintaining your overall happiness. But, of course, there's a catch. Your journey is constrained by your budget, which acts like a fence limiting the paths you can take. The challenge is to find the point where your highest indifference curve touches this budget constraint. This point is your optimal choice, the sweet spot where your desires and resources align perfectly. In essence, utility maximization is about making the most of what you have to achieve the highest level of satisfaction possible. It's a delicate balancing act, but one that can lead to a deeper understanding of your own preferences and the trade-offs you're willing to make. So, in the grand landscape of satisfaction, every decision you make is a step towards your personal peak of happiness. And with the tools of utility maximization, you can map out the best possible path to get there. So how do we make the best choices given our limited resources? Well, it all boils down to maximizing utility. By weighing the costs and benefits of different options, we can identify the choice that provides the greatest overall satisfaction. Essentially, it's about getting the most bang for our buck. Revealed preference analysis helps us understand consumer choices by observing their actual behavior. Instead of relying on what people say they prefer, we look at what they actually choose when faced with different options. This approach provides a more accurate picture of their true preferences and helps economists predict future behavior. Behavioral economics challenges the traditional notion of rational decision-making. It considers psychological factors and cognitive biases that influence our choices. By integrating insights from psychology, we can better understand why people sometimes make seemingly irrational decisions and how to design policies that improve overall well-being. Neuroeconomics takes things a step further by exploring the neural mechanisms behind decision-making. By studying brain activity, researchers can gain insights into how we process information, weigh risks, and make choices. This interdisciplinary field bridges economics, psychology, and neuroscience, offering a deeper understanding of human behavior and utility maximization.